noticed any changes in the cost of living recently, and how inflation affected you and your family?
It's for sure because prices are gone high. Buying some few of the stuff on the regular basis, groceries, vegetables, or anything you want, it shoots up. Even where I work right now, the restaurant, they have also increased the price accordingly, like 5% or 2% kind of, and it's really expensive to buy something from outside right now. Yes, and it's also affected me to send the money back home. It do affects, and even the dollars price sometimes decreases, so it affects a lot.
I don't have as much money I can spend out, like dining out or even buying stuff I want, because I gotta pay more for my strata and my, like, say, my gas. So it definitely sort of like, and the rate, if I gotta borrow money now, it costs way more than they initially cost. It cost me about 8 or 9% to borrow money now from my line of credit now. So it used to only cost me about 4%. That's a lot of interest cost now, yeah.
And what about the food prices?
Usually just do like takeouts, but I think takeout prices went up a lot too. That's just, I think that overall everybody's getting paid more to eat less, right? So
because gas prices also mostly double from last year, 2 years ago. 2 years ago that was only 1 or 110, and but now we are paying like $2 per liter. And grocery also double or something more than double. If we at that time we are spending on grocery only 200 or 300, but now we are only approximately 1,000 per month. So how we can manage that time? My pay is not increasing as much. Grocery price is increasing. That time my pay was $13 per month, and now my pay is only 16 or something dollar per month. So how we can manage?
My parents own a house in White Rock, and I can tell firsthand that because of the rising cost of our home, even though our home is now worth more, my parents are also paying a lot more in property tax. And with the mortgage rates and the percentages going up significantly, it's made it a lot harder, because now you're giving up much more of your monthly income to pay for the same home that you've already owned for years, which is making it a lot harder to save for anything else other than your mortgage.
Unfortunately, I don't like to admit this, but I am paycheck to paycheck, and 70% of Canadians are, and the only way for that to end is for the prices of the things they need to go down.
You think inflation is a long-term problem?
I think inflation is a long-term problem until it crashes. And I think the market is bound to crash at some point. We're looking back at the 2008 market crash. I honestly think we're headed in that direction. I just don't know when it's going to happen. But with how high prices are, I wouldn't be surprised if that's in our future.
In last 8 years, prices have tripled. So you think in another 3 years perspective, they will triple again?
It's very possible, because we keep saying, oh, the end is near, like the market's going to crash, everything's going to reset. But here we are, after the pandemic, prices are still going up and not a lot has changed.
But what should we do?
Oh my God, other than move away?
Yeah. What are some suggestions or changes you would like to see from the government?
Government taking more immigration, like there are so many people are coming daily, but we don't have infrastructure, we don't have wider roads, we don't have houses. We have some houses, but demand is more. How we can give them? So that's why prices increase. That's why is inflation here. In last year, 100,000 people are coming in BC from last year. So we don't have so many houses for living there. That's why basement prices are also more than double. 1.5 years ago, I am living in basement, 2-bedroom basement. The rent was 1,200, but in these days, 2,200. So how we can manage? But pay is same. My pay scale was same.
There's a ton of creative solutions out there. Ultimately, the decommodification of housing is the most important solution. We need more houses on the market that aren't for sale, that they're for people.
Is there anything else you would like to share about your experience or concerns related to inflation, housing, or any other pressing issues?
One of the biggest struggles being a young adult is honestly getting approved for a loan or a mortgage. For example, someone as myself, I do not have a stable income. All of my income is all contract work, so I'm a freelance person, and the only income that I have is stable is from a bartending or a serving job. Without having a pay stub to show how much exactly I make a month and with that amount kind of fluctuating every month, I can't even get a car loan, much less a mortgage. So for me, renting is kind of the only option. And I wish that the banks and the government understood that and helped people who are more freelance, such as myself, have an opportunity to get a loan. Even though I have a good credit score, it's just not an option. And I just wish that there was some more understanding on that side of things.
Raising wages is one of the best things you can do. Most people who are paycheck to paycheck and do end up spending most of that paycheck before they get their next one. So by raising wages, you're giving people more economic mobility. And even if things are really expensive, as long as their wages are rising at the same rate that inflation is going up and these other prices of commodities are going up, they'll be able to afford more things in the future.